and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So for today's video I have brought to you a typical get ready with me, drink with me, whatever you want to call it. So as you can see, I'm filming this after I've done the whole glam.
Duh.
I've had a few beverages, there were a few shots. Should I do a shot now? A few gins. Gone in an instant. A few laughters. Yeah, so
Necessities.
I can't say that on camera. We're not gonna keep that in. So I'm gonna stop rambling on because I'm getting sick of my own voice now. So I'm just gonna let you watch the video and I'll see you at the end. Drunk in so long, my alcohol tolerance has probably gone from here right down to here. Lockdown has been tough. Oh, I guess if I don't put that much lemonade in it, it'll be fine.
You know what I mean?
That'll do, don't care. That'll do. Me. Muscle man. She's okay. So my eyebrows take ages. So I'm going to quickly hop off the camera and do my brows and then we'll be set.
2 hours later.
I flicked the lid and I'm not sure where it went. So she's not going to have a lid for the rest of the video. Cool. How's everyone feeling? How's everyone doing? It's like 10 weeks in and I'm starting to crack. So I'm missing the process of going out, getting ready, you know, the pre-drinks, the prinks of going out, whether it's a house party or a club or festival or wherever you're going. I don't know where you get up to. So I'm just gonna get ready to go nowhere. I thought I would ask people on Instagram. I offer juicy questions because we live life on the edge. And we're gonna answer them as I go along. So I start off with my eyes. I know people don't like that. I've always started with my eyes. So we're gonna start with the eyeballs. I'm not exactly sure what eyeshadow I'm going to do, but we're going to wing it.
Because that's how we do.
So I'm going to start off with the Avon Mark Nude Matte Cream Concealer in the shade Fair. So I'm just going to prime the eyeballs with this concealer. I also carved out my brows with this concealer as well. And I'm just going to put that all over my lid. And I'm not going to set it because if you set it, it makes the eyeshadow that you use less pigmented. Fun fact. Ta-da. A sort of dense angled brush and I'm just gonna take excess concealer off of my eyeball so it doesn't go cakey whatsoever. So I'm gonna start off with, everyone's sick of me using this eyeshadow palette, but you know what? I don't care because this eyeshadow is brilliant. So I'm using the EYM Bright Beauty Bay palette and I'm using the shade, you look for the
Bare necessities, the simple bare necessities. Get about your worry.
The fact is though, some people say I can sing. I in fact just proved you wrong. Very wrong. If you couldn't tell, the shade was called Bare Necessity. I just tried to be funny and it just didn't work.
Hey! Shut up!
Bare Necessity in the crease of my eyeball and just blending it out. It is a very, very neutral shade. I don't know how well you can pick it up on camera, but I do very much like this colour for a transition shade. Let's start by correcting it. first question now. What is your biggest pet peeve? A very common one, loud eaters. Chew with your mouth. Please. It's not hard. This is really dirty. I'm using the Morphe Dare to Create 39A eyeshadow palette. So I'm actually going to take the colour Define Me and I'm just going to pop that over Bare Necessity. Do you know what? I was going to try and do my face makeup first, but I feel like obviously I'm going to be drinking throughout this video and I feel like I'm just going to get worse and worse as the video goes on. So I thought I'd start off with the eyes because they sort of need the most work. Also, this glass, how beautiful. Want to get your own? I'll leave her Instagram down below. Next question. Who do you miss from college? No one. I'm joking. I miss everyone.
There's a bug on my stand.
That wasn't very vegetarian of me, sorry.
Oh, that was
Dirty.
I'm going back to the GRWM Bright palette and I'm grabbing Preppy Pecan. And I'm just going to pop that colour just on the outer corner and just sort of buffing that in. Do you know what, one thing I'm actually really interested in is what everyone's doing like during lockdown, like to keep themselves entertained. Because I'm starting to run out of ideas. I get bored very easily and quickly. I think I'm going to do another shot. Okay, so I'm going to go back into the 39A palette. I know this is super confusing, but these are my go-to palettes to use. And I'm going to dip into the colour Cut Crease. It is a warm tone brown, and I'm just going to deepen up that outer corner a little bit more. Most embarrassing moment. I immediately thought of this memory. Okay, so in the 39 palette, really quickly before I answer that question, I'm going to take the shade Frame and in a small brush, I'm going to put it just along my lash line just to like create that sort of dark eyeliner effect. So this was about, I think I was about 13, 14. So about 4 or 5 years ago, I did swimming lessons.
Oh my god, if you're watching this, sorry.
Very, very friendly competition. Like we were both like competing in swimming. We took it very seriously, like it's something we love. We were training for our lifeguard sort of thing. And we did a long swim and then we had to do a bunch of like courses. And then we had to get out of the pool at the end without that, like we had a bar in the pool. And we couldn't use that, we had to use like the side, which is pretty high up when you like look at it without using the bar. I got out and then he got out and then one of our other friends got out, and then one of my really good friends, she was getting out and she was struggling, and he actually helped her out the pool because like, she needed help, and obviously like you're allowed to lend a hand, this whatever. So that happened, and then he sort of like gloated at me like
I'm helping him out.
My 14-year-old self was like fuming. She was raging, so I had to sort of be like, oh my god, what else can I do to prove I can be as good as him? So the next girl was coming along and she was struggling to get out too, and I was like
I was like, I'm going to offer my hand.
I was offering my hand and she wasn't taking it, so I'm standing there holding my hand out for her to take and she's just not taking it, and I was like, do you want the hand? Do you need help? She just wasn't answering me. Chill. I was just standing there, and then she eventually got out and I was like looking at like an absolute tit. He was just gloating at me like,
She doesn't need your help.
This is so embarrassing. And I was embarrassed. No one else mentioned it. No one, like, said about it. But he just gave me a look. And it just made me so embarrassed. From the top of my head, that's the most embarrassing moment I can think of. Moving on. I'm just going to take a small little concealer brush thingy. I've got concealer on the back of my hand that I just put on. Same concealer that I used earlier. And I'm just going to do, like, a little cut crease. You can see that, but I've done it at like an angle just because I don't want to cover up like the dark I've done in the outer corner, so angling it and then blending it in makes it a little easier, if that makes any sense to you. It probably does not because it didn't even make sense to me, but I'm going to go back into the EYN palette and I'm going to take White Lies in the bottom corner and just any normal brush, and I'm just going to set that concealer in place. And I'm going to dip back into cut crease and just sort of blend that in at an angle, just so it's not as harsh. I'm going to take a really small angled brush and I'm going to take the shade Muse, one or two, and it is black, basically. So I'm just going to use it as like an eyeliner, you want to say, and just sort of, as you can see, it's quite harsh, but...
Trust the process, ladies and gentlemen. Trust the process.
What I'm going to do now is, because I want the cut crease to be more... I'm going to take a really, really tiny brush. This might sound weird, but I take paint brushes. And I'm just going to put concealer on it. And then I'm just going to define that cut crease a little bit more. You never wrong, I'm never right, you went all around, everything, that's why can't see the day we always getting away, you just keep getting away, you just keep getting away, so I decided not to get away, it's time to do it my way. How to get over an ex. The only reason why I like debated on not answering it is because everyone deals with everything differently. So, how to get over someone
is to get under someone else.
You can do that if you want to, but that's just, no, I don't do that. No matter how you ended, you need space. So personally, I believe just take as much time as you need and they need apart. Take the time with you and your closest friends, people, so you can heal. But if you ended on like good terms, again, you still need that process, but I wouldn't recommend blocking them on everyone because then you make it bad terms and like it's your own fault. So just take time apart, and then once you're ready, approach them, build on that friendship. It is going to take a lot. You are going to need to want this friendship to work, so you are going to need to dedicate time and effort into the friendship because it's going to need a little bit more work. So that's personally how I deal with to get over someone. Just have some space, and then when you're ready, gradually baby steps back into it if you ended on good terms. If you didn't, they're not even a word anymore.
Lashes, lashes, lashes.
So I had this, or my friend actually gave these to me. I'm going to go for more glam because the eyeshadow is not like super glam, so we're going to go for these. The Duo Lash Glue, the clear one. I don't really like the black one, I'll be honest with you. So I'm just going to do that off camera, and then when they're on, I'll be back.
One eternity later.
Okay, so I've just stuck my lashes on. You can really see the glue on this one, but that is because I've literally just stuck it on, so that is going to be very prominent. So now that that is basically dried, I am going to use my primer water from Primark because we are saving, and it actually really works. I like it. Broken. Glam Glow Glow Star Mega Illuminating Moisturiser in Nude Glow. Pop it where I'd put my highlighter. this brush that I have, and I'm just gonna blend that in like so. Okay, so if you know me, you know I don't really wear like a lot of foundation. So I have the Fit Me Maybelline Matte Poreless Normal to Oily Skin in 220. And that's really dark, like that's when I've like got a spray tan dark. And then this one is the Colour Trend in Ivory Beige. So I don't normally wear foundation when I go out clubbing or go to a party or whatever. Then I'm going to take my
booty blender
that I've dampened, blend that in everywhere. As you can see, this isn't like a super high coverage foundation, these two, and that is just sort of how I like it. I don't like to look super cakey. I just feel like foundations do look super cakey on me, but because these are so light, they don't really. Again, as I've already said, I'm just going to take that concealer that I was using earlier and just conceal places that need it. Do you have a crush? No, I'm gonna say, just because I don't feel like I can have a crush on stuff. Like I feel like I can fancy someone and find someone attractive and all, but until like I've met them or I'm on FaceTime to them or something, like right this second now.
No.
Whether that will change in the future, no one knows because stuff happens. Can't because Timmy social distancing because of lockdown, which I'm respecting.
Which I know some people aren't.
Stay Matte powder in the shade 001, transparent. Okay, so I'm going to move on to bronzer now. This has been my baby for a very long time. This is the Revlon bronze palette, all about bronze. As you can see, I use this very, very, very often. A very dense brush, and I just literally dip it into the shade. I think you can tell which shade I use. And then I just pop it along my cheekbone. Would you stay friends with an ex? Now, personally, like, I feel like it's different for everyone. I am still friends with my ex, but that is because we ended on good terms. Like, we're still very good friends. But again, it all depends, like the last question I asked, like it all depends what sort of circumstances you end on. If you end on bad terms, someone's cheated or someone's hurt you or they've just ended like badly, they've just cut you off or ghosted you, then obviously I don't feel like there's a need to be friends. But when you end on good terms, it's just wasteful. Like you're just like having a friendship just chucked away for no reason. If he had cheated, there's a door, let it hit you on the way out. I think it's the Revlon just blush palette. It's so pigmented. Like you can barely put your brush in and so much comes out.
You taste salt.
Shut up!
Now this is the MUA Undress Your Skin Shimmer Highlighter in Iridescent Gold. So I just pop it on my cheeks, bridge of my nose, tip of my nose, and my Cupid's bow. The shade Cut Crease and do my lower lash line. I'm going to go in with the fluffy brush I used earlier and just go underneath. Best chat up line you've received. I actually received one earlier and it kind of lost me a bit, but then like I got it and put his Snapchat on my stomach. That was quite funny. That took me by surprise and it made me giggle.
It's another bug.
I'm just going in with that same mascara for my bottom lashes. What are you planning on doing when lockdown is over? Many, many things. What is this alcohol doing to me? I'm planning on going out a lot. Obviously, I'm going to wait a few weeks after lockdown just because I don't want to put myself nor my family in danger or other people in danger if I go out straight away because the virus can still be around, if that makes sense. So probably like a few weeks after lockdown, probably just go out. Also get another job because I don't have a job. Okay, so I'm going to go in with a cotton pad and then my Garnier Skin Active Cleansing Water on a cotton pad. And then I'm just going to remove the foundation or anything off of my lips. Okay, so I'm going to go in, I don't know what brand this is. Oh, Sleek. Sleek Matte Me. These are so underrated. These are so good. Sleek Matte Me in the shade Birthday Suit. Let's start back last question because I feel like that needs to happen. What is your ideal first date? I don't really have like an ideal first date. I just normally go with the flow. Like, I'm not really fussy. By the way, this is the colour trend lip gloss in the shade Clear. Like I said, I'm not very fussy. Like, I'll do whatever. I'm not like a very glam.
I say it as I'm putting full face on.
Very like super glam gal when it comes to going out and such. So just anything. Take me out and I'll do whatever. And that is it. In total, I think I did about 4 shots and 2 glasses of gin.
And I'm tipsy, but I'm nowhere near drunk.
That is it. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe down below whilst you're there. I will see you guys next Monday for another video. Bye. Taking all those shots makes me feel a bit sick. I've literally taken 2 off camera.
Why did I do that to myself?